To me, like Denver is the center of the blockchain somehow because I know many developers from there, project managers as well. Like those companies also like prefer to be in Denver somehow. Is there any specific like special tax thing in Denver for blockchain? Is it the reason why they all in Denver?
There's just a weird tax thing for blockchain called Serial LLC.
Where you said which city you said? I'm sorry.
Yeah, why? So the question is why? Why is it Denver? And the answer is it's the Denver events. The events were good. Denver was one of the first events to start pushing on NFT, and that's it. There's no like special magic tax thing, and they have an airport.
Okay, like what I was thinking, like Denver is a place for the technology. Somehow those technology companies they're running their business in Denver to me.
Denver is not so much known for technology.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yo, yo. We're talking about the Spork, talking about Denver. What's the magnetic attraction of Denver for blockchain?
I'm about to head out to check out some of the events now. I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on though. A lot of good people going. Met a lot of people in Paris just this last week. Are you there, William? Or
I'm not there. And I've never done ETH Denver, if you can believe it.
yeah, let's see. I've never been there either, but Eldon on my team has been there a few times. High on the degen factor versus corporate factor. If you were to compare it to like, if you open like NFT NYC's webpage, it looks very different. It looks more like CES.
Yeah.
Then if you were to open Banana Conf or East Denver is like really on the degen side. So love to see that.
Cool. And I love how there's different vibes out there.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think there's a sort of good some kind of mix that's healthy.
Can I ask you? So you're saying it's about the degen. The tickets are free, right?
I think they're free. Yeah,
So the money's coming from the booths.
probably. Yeah. So there's definitely someone needs to finance all of this.
That's what I'm wondering. Like at least at the other events,
but
they have
I
good ticket
think
money.
it's better that the sponsors finances it though, and I think that's sort of the good sort of middle ground you can find. Like if you can also make it sort of at least feel like a sort of audience friendly and participational event more than I guess pure booths.
How do you get a not corporate event that's all corporate sponsored?
Yeah. And I think Sander is a good guy to talk to about that with the Banana Conf. John is doing a good job with a non-fungible conference in Lisbon. Really looking forward to that this year as well.
For sure.
So I think they figured out something at least.
Field reporting from Lars on the scene in Denver. Yeah, I wanted to see. I haven't seen much drop. So I was looking to see if there was drop. I was trying to look on the Xverse. I didn't see any like major announcements. Definitely on the vibes. I think Lars has got it.
And there's supposed to be good skiing and snowboarding here, so that's also a good plus.
All right, so we've got the skiing in East Denver, and I got people doing wipeouts that are obviously from like the equator. Clearly, this person has never skied before. He's going sideways. For China, you need to use a different VPN every 7 minutes because every 8 minutes they block you. And as long as you literally switch every 7 minutes, you're good.
Yeah, well, I do little things about that, and I'm in the same situation now, so it is interesting. Yeah.
There's a specific tool that's really good for this called Shuttle. If you use a VPN, the VPNs are people know who the VPNs are, right?
Even the VPNs are not secure to me,
Right, and the VPNs are mostly run by the NSA in the United States, and all that. But Shuttle, the way Shuttle works, is if you have any server that you control, you just SSH into that server, and you can run your own VPN over SSH. It's beautiful.
Okay. Does it support iOS?
Yes.
Also support both, but not iOS.
You need to have a computer to set up as your proxy.
Oh, okay. DePIN, what they call for it, decentralized pin.
Yeah,
Um,
physical infrastructure.
yes, it sounds like that. Do you remember that there was a project that I sent you? Also, that's what they are trying to do.
Like the letter D and then PIN.
DE, like
Yeah.
decentralized, and then PIN. Do you know what that is? Decentralized physical infrastructure, DePIN.
I don't think so. Let me. No, not really.
It's kind of, some people are using this word a lot. I find that from the people that are in the China circles are using it more. And they're using it to describe things that we already know. Like they're taking Filecoin and they're calling this as a kind of physical infrastructure, decentralized physical infrastructure. And they're trying to generalize that. Compare this to Uber. Okay, we share cars. That makes sense. We share houses. That makes sense. We share scooters. We share delivery of food. Like they all make sense. All those things make sense. We want all those things. But we don't want to share Wi-Fi. We don't want to share 5G. I would like to have one cell phone payment each month. So that's why you want to have a network effect for your taxis, but you only want to pay once for your cell phone. There's a deep in topic.
I also learned some time ago, William, that apps in China are called APPs.
Yes, APPs.
I've been trying to get back here. Finally, I got out of the house to East Denver so I could avoid East Denver and come to community service hour.
Nice. And we're on the outside looking in.
Well, I haven't been to the convention center, so I haven't seen the disaster that is usually. At least last year's. Remix is doing a little event tonight.
Nice.
So a little party. I'll come back next weekend and let you know.
Yeah, I wanted to do videos with you at some point on Remix. I think that's something we had on. Yeah.
Also some articles, some security articles would be good too.
Like best practices or starting points or templates or gotchas or...
Yeah. And also we have a zero knowledge kind of test trivia questions, and then if you do it right, it'll mint you a badge on Optimism. But we just discovered that people were trying to mint badges on mainnet, and because they were connected to the wrong network. So I wanted to do like a kind of like have an all thumbs call of like all the mistakes you can do when trying to use different L2s, something like that.
Yep, nice article.
Yeah, exactly. I guess another one of the ones is going to be like, it'd be good to do one on bridges and pits.
Yes.
Also, I was gave a workshop and I met these wonderful people from Iran at DevConnect, and it was about how tooling. It was a talk I gave about how tooling can steer people through the financial regulations, like convincing clients to deploy themselves instead of having developers deploy the contracts.
Yes, this was a specific concern in Europe about the laws that are the MiCA Act.
Yeah.
So what we talked about, Rob and I talked about, is that there's a concern in the US and in Europe. And the regulators are thinking, well, the person who presses the big red button to deploy the contract, they're responsible for anything that happens on the contract. And I'm like, whoa, that is not how anybody in the industry thinks about this. There's some developer who's anonymous who gets paid very little to build the thing, and it is run by a group with a lot of money who we think of as responsible, and they hold the keys. Government has a totally different way of thinking. What I do is I never deploy stuff. I always set it up, and I tell people, use Remix. Here's the button, you click the button. And that is made possible by the tooling being simple.